You guys ready? Anybody got any questions in particular?
Sheriff, to start off, can you kind of just give us the facts of this again and just kind of summarize this for everyone?
Hold on, wait.
So just to summarize again, going back to yesterday, we've been searching for a missing 5-year-old since 1 o'clock, roughly, since yesterday. We've had air support in the air. We've had drones in the air. We've had volunteers. We've had canines. We've had canines on the ground. We're fixing to put some more canines on the ground. As you can hear now, the helicopter's still in the sky. We're still looking. We suspended the search a little earlier because volunteers were flagging potential things that they thought might be explosives. We have identified across the street that none of those items flagged were explosives, okay? So we're going to resume searching back across that side of the property in the morning, but for tonight we're going to keep everything contained to the right side of the property and continue to search. The house has been cleared. Now our investigators are inside trying to collect any additional evidence to maybe help us find this child. Like I said, again, I'm very pleased with the community outreach and community support. Just today long, since 7 o'clock, we had 126 first responders that came out to work, help try to find this child. We had 161 volunteers that came out to help search. We covered over 500 acres today, which is a lot of ground to cover in a short amount of time that we got done today. We're going to regroup again tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I know rain's supposed to be moving in, and we'll have to, play it by ear and see how the weather goes throughout the day.
Sheriff, I think one of the big questions moving forward is what does this search look like? You mentioned today that there's been no indication that the child's in the woods. Does that mean you're expanding your search to other areas of kind of Walker County, or are you guys looking anywhere else?
Right now, the FBI is working on some things, and they're working on collecting data and information that may expand our search later on. But for right now, we don't have any reason to believe it is expanded outside of where we're at now. We're just continuing to just methodically search this area here.
Do you know what those devices were, if they were not explosives that were found?
They just said they was not explosives. They didn't go into any details.
So since it's been determined that those devices that were found are not explosive, will volunteer people be able to come out
Tomorrow at 7.
Tomorrow
7. So the same thing we did today, we'll repeat it again tomorrow at 7. People can come in, they can check in, and we'll start this process again tomorrow for volunteers.
Overhead? Are y'all still doing drones and stuff tonight, or is that?
Yeah, so the helicopter's running their FLIR and thermal from the sky. They'll be running that through the night. So whenever the helicopter goes and refuels, we'll put the drones back up in the air. So we'll constantly try throughout the night to have air support in the air. The FBI's got some fresh canines here that are about to do some searching on the property, the main property. And like I said, we'll be busy all night. We'll be working all night until we find the child. And we're doing the best that we can with the situation and the information that we have.
With having to suspend the on-the-ground search for a large part of the day today, how do you think that that's impacted the investigation?
It hinders it, but I will say this: I am proud of the volunteers because they listened this morning. We told the volunteers early this morning, if you see something suspicious, flag it. Make sure that we're contacted, make sure that we know so we can verify it. The challenge is we only have so many people that are experienced with dealing with bombs and explosives. And they were tied up at the house, so they couldn't just leave the house to come check out those 8 devices. So once the house was able to be secured, they were able to move to those locations and verify that they were not explosives.
And then just talk about how essential time is. It's getting cold out tonight, rain moving in tomorrow. Talk about how this concept of time is going to affect this.
Timing is critical, and like I said, I know a lot of people are wanting to volunteer, and I don't want people getting burnt out because I want to be able to stay fresh. I want to be able to continue to search. Like I said, that's why it's critical. That's why we're going to be out 24/7 until we hopefully find this child.
Sheriff, do you believe he's in the woods here somewhere?
I'm going to believe the story that we have now until something else presents itself. Based off of what we were told earlier about the 6-year-old brother being with with his 5-year-old brother and the dog, and that's the story that we have, and that's the story that we're going with. Like I said, we've expanded our search outside of that, and until something else changes that dynamic, we're going to continue to search this area.
Can you talk a little bit about tomorrow with the volunteers and the weather rolling in? Do you have any tips that you think volunteers should have?
Obviously, if you're going to come out tomorrow at 7, make sure you're prepared for the weather. I mean, I've told everybody here that we're going to continue to search, whether it's raining, if it's pouring down, we're going to continue to search.
And can we expect another update from you before 7 a.m. or is this the last one for the evening?
This may be the last one for the evening, unless something drastic changes.